So, while writing the script for the first tier of the iceberg I'm working on, I've decided that I wanted to get you a video beforehand. And I've realized that this is most likely on the iceberg, but it's either this or I listen to all 6.5 hours of Everywhere at the end of time. And a few hours of research versus 6.5 hours of listening to obscure music, I'll pick the few hours of research. Further ado, this is Cracked Egg with a video. Let's get right into it. Okay, so before I dive into this, I just want to let you know what you're getting yourself into. Basically, Roscoe's basilisk is a sad, self-fulfilling prophecy that someone does out of fear. With that being said, this is one of those things where if you know the specifics, then you could be putting yourself in danger. So I'm giving you an info hazard, and with that, you've been warned. Let's move on to the good stuff. So, for this next part of the video where I actually explain what Roko basilisk is, I used a clip from a YouTube channel that was explaining this also, just in the background, because I just didn't want to show a black screen. That's a boring video. So, this channel right here, they will be linked in the description as well. Go check them out. He does animations, and I kind of I fucked with this video. And, just go support him down in the comments. Just subscribe to him. Okay, so this whole theory stems off the fact that one day we will reach the singularity, which is when technology either becomes to the point where we can't control it no more, or it becomes smarter than us in every single way, making us obsolete to its existence. And basically one day, AI will be created that is more powerful than anything that will ever be created. And it will either hurt you infinitely because you didn't help create it, or it will leave you alone because you did help create it. But that's the thing, because of that fear of being hurt or being in your own personal hell forever, you will create a sad self-prophecy by being the person who creates Roko basilisk, and the fact that you know what it is, and if you don't help create it, then you'll be seen as hurting it. Therefore, you are going to be put in your own personal hell infinitely. So the most obvious choice is to help it, right? Well, hold up. So this is the other theory, or paradox or question, I don't know, that ties into this. So I'll be using a computer for this because it fits into what we're talking about. So say you have 3 boxes in front of you. One box has nothing in it, another box has $1,000 in it, and the final box has $1 million in it. And the computer usually has a 100% accuracy rate on guessing what you're going to pick. And if it says you're going to pick the final box, assuming that is 100% correct, you're going to get $1 million. But what if it's only 90% correct? Or what if it's only 80% correct? The fact is that since you're assuming that the computer is always correct, there is fault and there can be error. And how this ties back into Roscoe's basilisk is that the human emotion cannot be coded because of the unpredictability. So instead of you actually helping it or hurting it, it would just simulate if you were going to help or hurt it. So you could be willing to help, but because it predicted that you wouldn't, you now have to sit through dying or your own personal hell for all of eternity. And, before I end this short-ass video, I wanted to knock out a hole that could be brought up in this theory. And I know people would ask, what if you just didn't have the money to make the AI? Well, that would work if there wasn't this thing in quantum physics. I think it's physics. I couldn't find the actual name for it. But basically, it's the idea that you could save a little money, you could have a little money, and if you continuously save it up and put it towards this thing, you'll eventually get there. So you'll basically be able to save up to help create this thing, and overall, this thought experiment is really crazy and creepy. Just the fact that you wouldn't really have any control in the matter of this, as it wouldn't be, did you help me? It would be, would you be willing to help me? Well, I want to say anyway, thank you all for watching this video. Again, for you, my first tier of the iceberg I'm working on will be coming out soon. Thank all of you for being patient. Anyway, this is the Cracked Egg, and I'll see you in the next vid. See yo!